What's up, Master Builders, and welcome to Ginty Bricks Railway. And today I want to present you another LEGO Thomas the Tank Engine mock. And today I'm not going to be showing one engine, I'm going to be presenting two engines. And no, these are not twins. The only reason why I'm presenting them together is because they're best friends, Den and Dot. But first off though, I'm going to be presenting Dot, just show off him. Because of course, well, funny enough, I was actually designing Den first, because I thought I needed to try and get away all the orange as possible. That was the same time when I was doing Billy, Charlie and Henrietta. That's the one thing I forgot to mention in that video. But in this one though, I will be showing off actual Dot, because he was a side engine, because I thought since I was building him, I might as well build Dot as well. But anyway, as you can see, his face is actually a 3x3 with how to actually manage to put it into a middle is by putting a stud on sides construction there, because that's the only place you can literally do that, because all the others are just the actual lines. And just to put the face together, you just put these two dots just there. No, there, yeah, there you are. So he just looks like he's not so high but not too low as well. And his actual buffer beam is actually red buffers. You got actual red buffers, but yellow actual thing. I know that these are meant to be wasp stripes, but I can actually do that later on. But to be honest though, it's not really necessary to put on this. It's like nobody's not really gonna know. Well, they will know, but it's not necessary. That's what I'm trying to just realize his chain is actually still on. See, that's what he's meant to look like. And the actual bottom part is just by, well, you got the actual hole, and then 1x6, and also some, well, how I managed to do this is by actually just showing the light. You got a headlamp brick with a stud and a cheese wedge, but to make sure it's extra stable, I actually have a stud on the side brick here to face into the actual headlamp, just to make it more stronger on the bottom. And then on the side, you can just see that the boiler, the engine bodywork, or the frames, is actually 4 studs wide, because he is a small engine, with a line of dark red, line of white, the brick of yellow, line of white, and a curve of dark red. But to be honest though, talking about the actual brick of yellow, Dart in the show do show that he's got that little bit of greebling going through him throughout the whole bodywork, like engine fusing and all that. I've done it on Mavis, but on him it's impossible. But at the end I just thought, just do blank, just make it blank, and I don't mind, to be honest, because of course his whole colour scheme just makes it like, it's pretty much okay, you don't really need to put that much detail. The wheels, or the undercarriage, as you can see, is literally blank. I should really fill it up one day, but not that many people will see that. But yeah, I should really fill it up. And the cab is 8 studs wide. And you can just see that I have actually affected this by windows all around. It brightened up because my dog just decided to come in again. She always like to come in the middle of the whole show. You got actual window effects over here. But the back window though, just to alter to make it looks good, is that I actually put studs on the sides construction windows like I do for Toby. As I can show you the light here, is to actually put brick built version of windows on it. Oh, yeah, you can just see that this is also a door. I wasn't really so affected by that. And that's pretty much wrap it up for Dart. It's like the same part of Buffer Bean on the back as well. The roof is the one part that makes it incomplete. And you can see there's a lovely guy who's wearing a French hat. I don't know what you call him. And the window parts, now that's a very interesting thing. The windows are literally just a... how to do the windows in the front is by just putting a plate on the bottom. Just because it's so thin, this is. It's just like... I thought I'd try my best to make it look like a window. Same technique goes for Den as well. And yeah, that's about it for Dot, to be honest. But anyway, let's go ahead with Den. Because Den is actually really big and massive. But also goes with the actual technique what I'd use for Dart. Like 4 studs wide body part, to be honest. And also go for 8 stud wide cab. But also the ladders to get up to Den is also a stud on the side structure. No surprise. See, just a 3x3. Actually, I used 2 versions of that, just to make it 2 layers, just to make it out. And you've got these actual wall panels here to make it into a ladder part. And then you've got the actual buffer beam is all just brick built. There's no special technique to use on it. And that is just literally attached. Den's face wanted to go. Literally just attached to the actual bodywork, and that's it. And Den's face is actually a 4x3, 3x4. And as you can just see, the front is like, didn't you really need to put that spot in because it's covered over the face. The body stripe works means it's easier to actually design him. It's just basically 1 brick blue, 1 brick orange, 1 stripe of white, and 1 stripe of blue. And that's pretty much it. And the west on top should be the actual orange. And you can just see the curves up here. And these are using an actual 2 thickness of the actual. And as I was just saying on the Dart one, Den is also using that technique for the windows to make that extra big windows, just putting a plate down there. And the back buffer is just the same. This is literally just a 4x4 just stuck together, and that's separated. And also the actual funnel part for Den and Dart is literally just a triangle pieces going up to a jumper part to go to the pipe, and that's literally it. But the number one reason why, oh actually before that I should show you the wheels, the coupling rods do not move at all. That's just because if I did try to move, they would actually interfere with the actual framework. So I thought, well, to be honest though, I can just make it static. To be honest, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, it looks just the part, to be honest. And also the framework as well, you've just got the actual roof pieces inverted, going upwards. And that's about it to show off. But the reason why I want to show off both of them together is the fact of the story of how I was recently building them, to be honest. Because, as you can see, well, what I found out when I was researching was that in the TV show, they made Den look too big. I was researching it, and then I saw that Den was this ginormous engine that overbeats a 08. But then I found out that if you literally was building him from the TV series, you will be building an 8 stud wide of him. And I thought, that's a bit strange. And then I was watching a few reviews of an actual engine who he was actually based off, and also a model railway review, and I saw that he was actually shorter than that. Like, he would be this tall if he was built as the TV series. But then also at the same time though, I gotta make sure he looks bigger than Dart. That's the whole thing. Lucky enough, Dart is an 6 stud wide, and Dan is an 8 stud wide. That is very rare. I do not make my models into 6 stud wide, but Dart is a exception. But still though, you gotta make Dan look bigger. So even with his height and body size and all that, it's just like literally he is bigger. The only few techniques that I did was actually the face. I made sure Dart was a 3x3 and Dan is a 3x4 face. Just trying to cheat myself out of actually size comparisons without even knowing. And I think that's about it. It's just like that was the one interesting thing that I found out while doing all this. Is the actual TV series actually have got the wrong size for Den. But yet again, they all complained about Duck and Oliver, but not Den. That's always the strange part. But apart from that though, this is enough to talk about these two lovely engines. But into the next video, I will say see you soon and goodbye. Bye!